Hello and welcome to another video of the shows, yeah? Today we'll be looking at the Sega CD to do a top 10. As stated in the original Sega video, I'm not much of a fan, but a few titles on the Sega CD changed my entire outlook and reaffirmed my passion in gaming as an RPG player. With games like Sewer Shark, Corpse Killer, and Stellar Fire, this system had its fair share of what most consider bad games. That being said, here are the top 10 that I managed to salvage. Number 10, TimeGal. The Sega CD version of this game had really thick borders, so I'll be using footage from the arcade. Sorry about that. I've never really thought much of games like, Dragon's Lair, Corpse Killer, Sewer Shark, or any other games that play like a movie. But TimeGal had a unique anime appeal, and it was released by Konami, so one could go in with high hopes and not be too disappointed. The entire game is only about 20 minutes long, the difficulty being in learning the sequences. This could take a lot more than 20 minutes to master, however. As the name implies, this gal travels through history, jumping from time period to time period to save humanity, each having its own unique challenge to overcome. I won't ruin it for you, but if you like nosebleeds, you'll love TimeGal. Number 9, Brutal, Paws of Fury. This game is a pretty solid fighting title. It was one of the first to grant you moves as you played more, making it feel like you and your character were growing together. It may feel imbalanced at times because the enemies you'll be fighting are already a move or two ahead of you, but if you're good and cheap, it's not so bad. Number 8, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. This is another FMV game, well, kinda. The Sega CD had a lot of them, but this one felt a little bit more interactive and told a great post-apocalyptic story where dinos have come back and are now the predominant life form. The point of Cadillacs and Dinos was to drive and survive while shooting saurians and stones out of the way as you plow through in style, all while trying to stop a tyrant almost as fearsome as the mighty T-Rex. Though it was a challenge to get very far, the many death scenes in Cadillacs and Dinosaurs were a uniquely frustrating learning experience. Number 7. There was once a dolphin named Ekko. He appeared in several great games, but when he had made too many, the people said too much money, and now our poor Ekko is lame. Bwee! Bwee! Ekko? You out there, buddy? Hold on, I gotta go check the forgotten mascot's bin. Oh, there you are. Hey, what's that in your mouth? A fish? No. It's your second official title, Ekko 2, Tides of Time. Oh, what's that? You don't want me to play this game. You say you don't like having to do puzzles? Well, okay, but I'm trying to make a list here. Number 6. Jurassic Park. I purposely neglected all other Jurassic Park titles for this one. We all know about the other versions, but have you ever played the point-and-click adventure? This game took advantage of the console's abilities. It had detailed dinos, short and neat loading screens, and tolerable tunes. You start off walking away from a helicopter crash, and from there on, begin solving the puzzle of how to escape and collect all 12 eggs within the game's real-time 12-hour time limit. If you think you have what it takes, pick up this game, and maybe you, too, can be a number 1 stunner. Number 5, Vey. Mechs and Phantasy Star-like gameplay? Take my money. This simple RPG is a must for fans of the genre. It starts off like any other game, countless bodies, blood everywhere, your parents dying on the floor right next to you, and you must set off to save the kingdom. For fans of Front Mission or Dragon Warrior, this could be a good time. If you're one to stray from a game due to graphics or long dungeons, maybe sit this one out. Vey is high on my list as it's a very core RPG with great cutscenes and great classic combat. Number 4, Popful Male. With heavy anime influence and wacky working designs humor, Male and her pals really tried to stand out in the early 90s platforming world. Popful felt a lot like the Ease series with item use and different weapons and armor upgrades, but with very difficult to kill bosses and two other teammates you could play as, those being a snarky wizard and a handsome little blue dragon. As a kid, I didn't really get the chance to play this game. To find a place that rented Sega CD games to begin with was an issue, let alone a rare Working Designs title. Popful Male dabbed into that world of total silliness while still keeping a very serious edge. I think anyone who's a fan of side-scrolling, fun, and punishment should check this game out. Number 3, Shining Force CD. Though I didn't like it as much as Shining Force 2 due to its restricted out-of-battle gameplay, I still adored this addition to the series a lot. And since they created the game this way, it allowed for more battle scenarios than ever before, and for people who really enjoyed a great tactics fight, that was a major plus. The story was still very strong and enjoyable. The character portraits were prettier than ever, and unlocking the next chapters and carrying over your stats was a pretty strong motivation to keep going. The Shining series of games still goes on to this day, and it's not hard to figure out why. These games have always strived to give the player a great battle experience. 2. Lunar, Eternal Blue. Now it's kinda obvious what my number 1 spot is gonna be, but let me tell you my feelings about these two games. I've played these originals and the remakes on PlayStation. I can easily say I prefer the originals. Taking away the overworld fighting really took a lot out of the gaming experience for me, and took out even a bunch of mobs out of the game entirely. The graphics were nicer, sure. The redone videos were nice, yeah, but everything was different. The music, the singing girl at the bar, all of it. Now, the remakes were still really good, but I just feel this series is pure art, and putting a mustache on the Mona Lisa is, well... Anyways, people seem to think you should play these in order. As a huge fan, I don't think that's true. There might be a lot of spoilers in the second one, but really it doesn't matter. As long as you have the intentions of playing both, they can be done any way you'd like. Besides, prequels are all the rage right now, though I'll not be spoiling one bit of this game. You can find out for yourself just how great they both are. Number 1. Lunar, the Silver Star Story. Alex, oh Alex. Yes, Lunar. A series I wish there was 14 of. When it comes to games I truly admire, it's almost hard to think of things to say. I just want to gush like the old man who loves Rapidash too much. I think I had a legit crush on Jessica. Where was I? So, you start off in a tiny little town with big dreams of being the next Dragon Master, like your hero dying. Your friend Ramus comes up with some crazy plan, and Alex and NOYL, your cat-like flying pet, agree to help. But what starts off as an innocent quest to get Ramus rich off of what a dragon left behind ends in one of the most legendary RPGs of all time. If I had to pick between Lunar or my favorite Final Fantasy, it would be a hard choice. Lunar may not have numerous side quests or a ton of characters, but it's got more soul than Asgore, and FMVs that will either have you laughing at how cheesy they seem or in awe at how powerful they are. Sega was always a host to these weird games and willing to take a chance. I still miss their presence in the console market. Some of these games truly shaped gaming and still go on to inspire other great works of art. I've heard the more recent releases of these games are good, but I really don't see them impacting the market like the original did. I recommend you get good with emulators.
Oh no, Lunar.
Or get rich, because attempting to play both of these originals won't be cheap. Both Lunar 1 and 2 are a must-play for anyone who considers themselves RPG lovers. So what did you think? Was this list just an excuse to put up a bunch of working designs titles? Or do you agree that great games are just that and will always stand out as kings of the era? Considering the library of games for this system, I'd say my list is pretty accurate. Though, of course, I did leave out a few games that other lists have covered fairly well. It was nice to get back to doing something regular after doing that history of gaming one that I just did. That was a lot of effort. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I did creating it. Good luck out there, and see ya.